Hello and welcome to Ellen Ruth Soap. I'm Ellen and today I am making a soap based on suggestions that I got from you all on my Freedom Bar, which was the red, white, and blue soap I did with red and white layers, and I cut on the diagonal, did a blue swirl. It was very red, white, and blue. I love the colors of that, and I asked in the end of the video for suggestions. I love that soap design concept, and I wanted to do it with some different suggestions. Boy, you guys came through. You all are so creative. It's awesome. I'll be asking for more help in the future because you all have some good creative minds. So I got two different versions of this that I'm going to be doing, and I'll film another intro for the other one. But today, the soap that we're going to use today, and I'm hesitating here. I do not want to sponsor this book, the movie, but the fragrance smells amazing, and I think it's a beautiful color scheme. I'm going to be using 50 Shades, and this is based on the very famous book series, and not family friendly, but this fragrance smells really good. It's masculine, it is a little bit sexy, it's just a really good scent. And for the color suggestion, the person who said, oh, use the 50 Shades scent and do this. So I might do like a dark charcoal black or a charcoal gray and white stripes for the diagonal, and then a light swirly gray. So it's going to be shades of gray. So we're just going to go with that theme because it's a thing, and I'm not espousing that at all, but I think the shades of gray colors and this fragrance are really good. So that's going to be what we're doing, and thank you for the suggestion. I'm not naming who said it because some people don't want to be shouted out and all that, but you know who you are. Thank you so much for the suggestion, and I'm doing it today. We're doing shades of gray in the soap design, and this will be an aloe vera soap. So it's a 2-day process. We've got to do our stripes on day 1, then we'll cut it on the diagonal, and day 2 we'll do a swirly add-on to that. And I don't think I'm going to do piping because this is more of a masculine scent. I don't think, piping really goes with it. So I might do like a chevron or just a swirl top. We'll see when we get there how it's looking, but a simple top on this. The body of the soap and the fragrance are what the main feature is. So let me get everything pulled together, and we'll come back for day 1 on my shades of gray soap. All right, we are back with all of my oils and butters, and the fragrance oil is in here. And let me talk about the game plan today. I'm going to be using my Essential Depot standard soap mold today for the layer portion of this soap. And because this fragrance says that it can discolor to yellow, I will be adding some of my pre-mixed titanium dioxide to the uncolored or the non-gray portion, just to keep that yellow hopefully down and more of a white color. I just think the grays and the black will pop more against a white than a yellow. So this is pre-mixed titanium dioxide. It is a water-soluble TD. They sell both water-soluble and oil-soluble. I think Nature's Garden has a TD that you can mix with both, so that's very convenient. I mix this 1 part TD to 2 parts water, and it's got some little ball bearings in here so that it mixes really well. You shake it up and it's ready to go. This is how I like to have it. You can also just mix it in small portions as you're using it. So anyway, that's what's in here. For the base stripe colors, I'm going to be using my activated charcoal. I buy this in bulk, AC activated charcoal. Super low tech labeling there, but this is going to be, this and the titanium dioxide are going to make my stripes today, and then tomorrow I'm going to do in the pot swirl after we cut the stripes on a diagonal, get them back in the mold, and so that it's going to be really cool. And then we'll do in the pot swirl, and I'm going to be using my sterling silver mica from Wholesale Supplies Plus, and this is just a beautiful like smoky gray color. I love it. And so that's going to be the top portion, but this is a 2-day process. We've got to get our stripes poured today. Here is the game plan. I have my fragrance in all of the oils. I'm going to put my additives in all of the oils, and I'm going to split this in half. And I'm going to use half of it today for the stripes, the other half tomorrow for the in the pot swirl. And the same with my aloe vera lye solution I have off to the side cooling. I'm going to split it in half, so I'll use half this recipe today, half tomorrow. So that is how I'm tackling this soap design. Rather than making 2 different batches, I just figured I'd make it all one and split it in half. So once I get this split, I'm going to divide it up into portions for my stripes. So we'll talk about that when we get there. But right now, let me quit talking and add my dry additives in here to my oils. I've got my kale and clay, my colloidal oats, because I love them. I'm gonna get those blended up, and we will be back when it's time to move forward with the next step. Back. I have all of my lye split into 6 equal portions, and my oils with the additives and fragrance split into 6 equal portions, and I'm going to pour one layer at a time, wait for it to thicken up, and pour the next layer. Hopefully I'll get some crisp layers. This is an issue that I have, an ongoing issue. Me and smooth layers, not always the best of friends. We're going to try today, and if there's a little waviness, we're going to roll with it anyway. The theme will come through. But what I'm going to do right now is go ahead and pre-mix my activated charcoal in 3 of these, because charcoal is kind of fluffy and puffy and you don't want chunks in there. So to get it really smooth, you can blend as much as you want before you add the lye. So blend it in the oils or pre-mix it in a little bit of oil if you're going to use activated charcoal. Pre-mixing is great. So that's what I'm going to do right now. We're back with our first layer. I'm going to do black, then white, back and forth. Here is our aloe vera lye solution, which has tussa silk, cane sugar, and sodium lactate. So let's get to it. Okay, it's the next day and it's time to unmold this 6-layer soap here, and we're going to use my cake leveler tool to cut this, if you can see the wire there, to cut this loaf on the diagonal down, and then we will get it back into these 2 molds. So let's get this out and see, let's see how those layers came out. I'm hoping they're straight. It is the next day and I'm so excited about my new steamer. I'll talk about this in a minute. I came down and it has a little soda ash on the top, just a little. I did cover these with a blanket. They did go through gel phase, but it looks a little dull. And I came down and steamed this one with my brand new steamer, and the colors didn't brighten up too much, but look at how defined. You can see the swirls. It's a little bit glossy on top. It just looks a little cleaner and more appealing to me. These two side by side there. Let me tell you about this. Oh my word. I'm so excited about this steamer. I got it for traveling. My husband and I like to cruise, and this, the handle folds up and it fits really small into suitcases and stuff, but it has a power, it pushes the steam out. So my old steamer sort of just steamed a little, but it was dripping water and it was getting old and I knew I wanted a new one. Let me tell you, this is a game changer. If you are a soap steamer, do yourself a favor and get one of these. I got it on Amazon. There's a link in the description box down below, or it will say show more, or it'll be a little upside down arrow. This is my new favorite soaping tool. I tell you what. So I just plugged it in. It's cold. This little hopper is filled with distilled water. And you just press the little button, you know, like a point and shoot, and hold it for a minute, and it steams up so fast and it pushes the steam out. And I just love it. It doesn't drip or spit water like my old steamer did. All right, look how fast that came up to steam. And now let's look at that dullness there. And I'm just gonna run this along. Let me hold it down here. The steam is hot, so be careful. And I'm just gonna go really slowly over this. And it brightens up. It just steams off that teeny bit of soda ash. If you have a really thick layer of soda ash, just go slower. Go over it multiple times and it will take the soda ash right off. And so obviously this soap is going to be wet on top. Steam is moisture. And so I'll have to wait, you know, an hour and it's dry to the touch and then you're good to go for cutting. But just be patient. But I think the steaming, oh my word, and it also lifts up the fragrance. I can smell this soap. That 50 Shades fragrance smells so good. I wish it had a different name, but you know what? It behaves well. It smells fantastic. I'm using it anyway. All right, we're fully steamed. You can see it's glossy, but it brightened those colors up a little bit. And so now I'm just gonna wait for this to dry to the touch and we'll be back. All right, it has been an hour. These are both dry to the touch. Let's get these out of the mold and see if my lines were straight and how the swirl came out. I am going to turn these standard bars into tall skinny bars so that I will have samples and extras. So I've got my log splitter here. So let's get to it. Are back with the lovely Olga, and I just want to say something. When I had made my freedom bars with the red, white, and blue theme, and I had asked for suggestions, I had several people come up with Halloween colors, and one was a Beetlejuice. I think this soap could be called Beetlejuice very easily. I think I'm still going to call it Shades of Gray because that'll go beyond the Halloween season, but I think these look like Beetlejuice soaps. Just saying. Okay. Let's get into our first loaf here. I'm very happy with how my stripes came out, and I'm anxious to see these swirls. I did have a little seepage on the bottom, which we can clean up real easy with my soap planer. So let's get in here and see the cut. Oh my golly. Oh, I'm happy with that. Oh, these look fantastic. And look at how nice and bright that came up. I mean, you saw the color morph as soon as the lye hit the oils with the fragrance, that bright yellow. It was kind of obnoxious, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, these are hitting at all the right notes for me. And they really do look like Beetlejuice bars. This kind of looks like a little haunted swirl. Oh man, now I'm gonna have to think about the name of this soap. You know, I'm gonna have to think on this. I might have to call these Beetlejuice. I'm not sure. Boy, I wish you were all here in studio with me to help me figure that out. Because the Halloween season is a short season, and then, I want these to be available before and after that time frame, probably after at the time of this making. And I'm not sure if somebody's going to buy a Beetlejuice soap at Christmas. I'm not sure, but I do love how these came out. It's a little pesky 2-day process pouring the layers, but I think it's so worth it. It's such a fun design. And I will be doing this soap design with other color schemes in the future because you all gave me such great suggestions. It was hard to pick the first couple to do. So it will be more colors coming. Oh my, I love these. How fun is that? And this standard size mold, when I fill it to the top, these are the size of my regular bars. These will cure out to be about 4.5 to 5 ounce bars. So that's why I shaved them off. Plus now I have all these great small size bars that I can turn into samples or quarter size bars. A lot. Nothing's going to go to waste. So let's get into our next loaf and see how those swirls came out. All right, next loaf. So since I'm thinking about soap names right now, let's talk about soap names. Are any of you put off by the names of fragrances? Like, I just don't buy Monkey Farts soap fragrance, and a couple other ones that I just like. I don't like the names of the fragrance, even though the description of them sound really good. It kind of is off-putting to me, some of the names. So does that bother you, or do you just go with how good it smells and ignore the name? How do you handle that? Oh, these are just groovy. I'm going to have to ask my kids. Since you all aren't with me, I'm going to have to put the vote out there. Should this be a Beetlejuice or a Shades of Grey? I'm thinking Beetlejuice. Now that I've cut into these, I was absolutely rock solid set on Shades of Grey to go along with the name of the fragrance, but I don't know. These are giving me Beetlejuice vibes. And I'm the old school Beetlejuice, back in the day. That's the one I saw. So, not to make fun of, silly names like Monkey Farts. It's a ridiculous name. And when you say that to a maker, they know the fragrance notes you're talking about. Kind of fruity and banana-y and all that. But yeah, I just tend to, if a fragrance has a really, suggestive name or off-putting name, I just won't even read the description on it. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. Is it just me? Well, I am loving these aloe vera bars, and I thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and by the time this video comes out and you all are actually seeing it, I will have a name picked. So I hope you have a wonderful day. Well, after much deliberation and research online about copyright laws and things like that, I have actually given up on the idea of calling this Beetlejuice or Shades of Grey, because both of those could have potential copyright infringement things going on, and I just don't even want to get involved with that. So I put the vote out on Instagram, and let me tell you, I got some great suggestions. And the one that really stuck with me and got a lot of other people liking the name suggestion is Tuxedo Moon, because of the black and white to be the tuxedo and the swirls look like a night sky. So we're going to call her Tuxedo Moon. I won't step on anybody's copyright toes, and that's what we're doing. So there it is. Thanks again for watching.